Up next, we have Matt Kenseth. This weekend, he's driving the number 17 Jeremiah Weed Ford Fusion. He's currently third in points. And, Matt, talk about your outlook heading into Sunday's running of the Coca-Cola 600.
Just looking forward to trying to get qualified tonight. We didn't run good really last week, or at the test, so we tried to get as much done as we could today. And I'm kind of thinking about qualifying, but I really hope it doesn't rain Saturday so we get some more practice in. We haven't really found what we're looking for yet, so the longest race of the year can really be long if you don't have your car handling right. So we've really been working on our race setup a lot, trying to figure out something that'll be better than last week.
Questions here on the front row. If we can bring Don Coble a microphone. Tara's got it, I think. Thank you.
Huh?
Matt, Don Coble with Morris News Service. You said the longest race of the year could be really long, so what makes it even longer is the fact that half of it's in the heat and the daylight and half's at night. And when you're struggling day and night, how do you figure all? I mean, do you have to pick your poison and go one way or another?
Well, the cars aren't really as adjustable as they were, say 6 or 7 years ago. Since they changed this car and the way we run a lot of these cars with the bump stops and all that stuff, they're not as adjustable as what we used to be able to do. So I'd honestly be happy if I get my car to drive good in any kind of track condition right now, and then I think we could adjust off that. But we haven't really been able to get it to drive right in the sun, and it didn't really drive right, late at night in the All-Star race either. So if I could just find something that was at least balanced and felt pretty good, even if it was slow, I think if you can get it to drive good where it feels good, you'll be able to make small enough adjustments to keep up with the track all night. So I think the main thing that we probably learned over the last couple of years of this car is you got to make sure you have enough splitter clearance during the day because the track is so much slower than it will be late at night when you got to go fast, and you got to make sure you got enough clearance so when you start going faster it doesn't drag on the ground. But other than that, I think you just try to get the balance the best you can. You'll be sliding around during the day, but at least if you can have your balance right, hopefully you'll have something to work with when the track cools off.
Next question for Matt. Right over here. Go ahead. Hill.
Yeah, Matt Hill, Overton, WIXC Radio. Looking at this season so far, I know you guys are winless in the Ford ranks, and do you feel like it's more in the engine department, more in chassis, or a combination of both?
I don't think we have a horsepower shortage or a problem with engines. I mean, you can always use more horsepower for sure, but Doug Yates, some guys do an excellent job with the old engine and with the FR9 engine once we start running that. So I don't really see that as an issue. We're not going through the corners fast enough, and whether that's, chassis or shocks or aero or what that is, I don't really know. We're working on all areas of the car to try to get it better. And certainly overall this year we've been a lot better than we were last year. We're just, still need to get, a little bit better to be running with them best cars.
Other questions? Don has another one, and then Mike.
Matt, sometimes when you're the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Is as a company, as a manufacturer, is it time maybe to bring maybe somebody from outside to kind of shake things up, bring a new idea, a new way to look at the world, or do you feel like maybe as a manufacturer you're just kind of stuck and you're missing something that no one can figure out right now?
The first part of the question, people that make them decisions is way over my pay grade, so I don't know how them decisions are made or whatever. I don't think it's a manufacturer problem. I mean, Ford gives us everything they think we need to run good, and they provide us with a lot of resources. They always have. They've never cut that off or slowed that down, even when things were bad last year, the year before, whatever. It's just, when you talk about Ford now as a manufacturer, I mean, pretty much all the eggs are in one basket, with Roush Fenway and with RPM and their alliance and running the same chassis and same engineering department, same group of engineers, same engines, same bodies, all that stuff. If we're off as an organization, all 8 Fords are off except for when Bill is here and you got them a couple of front row cars. But really the core of it is there. So, I mean, if we're off, they're all going to be off. As a group. So, we just gotta keep working at it. I don't know the answer about as far as bringing people in or mixing it up or whatever. I have my own opinions and voice them, regularly. But there's only so much that I can do as well.
Let's go over here to
Thanks.
Mike. and then we'll go to Claire. Go ahead, Mike.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. Matt, obviously the Ford group, as you call it, the core group is a little bit behind still this year. Do you think if NASCAR would change their testing policy and let you all test at the actual tracks you're racing on, that would help you out, or is more testing just going to end up keeping you the same or even make you further behind? And also really like your paint scheme this weekend.
Thanks. I like it too. I don't think it would make any difference, to be honest with you, because if we can test, everybody else can test. And, when you got to figure out how to get that step ahead. And I feel like most of the time we're trying to get caught up. Well, while you're catching up, them guys you're trying to catch up to are working on the next thing to get another step ahead, and you're always a step behind. So I think if you went and tested, you're going to maybe learn some things to get a little bit better, but so is everybody else. So I think it's the same. Everybody, tests right now with simulation and 7 posts and wind tunnels and all that stuff. So I don't think that would really make much difference, to be honest with you. I'd like to be able to test a little bit, maybe at some tracks, but yet when nobody can go, it's kind of cool too, because it's the same when everybody gets there, and it's obviously saves a lot of money and time and all that.
Go ahead, Claire.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius NASCAR Radio, doing a Memorial Day special, and you're doing something with your paint scheme, or Jeremiah Weed is for the military. Is that right? Can you explain that?
Yeah, Jeremiah Weed is donating $10,000 to a military charity this weekend, being a Memorial Day weekend and all, and $100,000 to him if we can win the race on Sunday night. So that's really cool. Jeremiah Weed's kind of got a legend throughout the military, especially the Air Force and fighter pilots. Enjoying Jeremiah Weed bourbon after they completed a successful mission. So that's kind of a legend of the Air Force that goes way back for a long time. So they're trying to, they're running on here and on the 4th of July weekend and trying to give back to some military charities.
Other questions for Matt? Okay, Matt, good luck this weekend. Thank you.